Thank you for calling Working Crass Podcast. This is Lauren.
What the hell?
And I'm Joshua. What the hell? Who am I calling?
Stop calling me.
Quit calling me.
Take me off your call list.
Sir, I just wanted to see if you'd be interested in eating my ass. I just wondered if you'd be interested in licking my balls.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Oh, damn. That's why you're calling.
Honey, get in the kitchen. I just won the lottery.
Honey, get off that toilet. You spent all day on that damn toilet. Get off. I got an opportunity I want to tell you about. This man's going to let me lick his dick. Got him on the telephone.
You got me off the toilet for that?
Marie, get off the toilet. Remember when you used to have to, when the internet, you could only have it in one room of the house at a time, and you couldn't talk on the phone while somebody in your house was on the internet because it uses the phone line? Did you ever have it like that?
I don't know if we ever had it like that. We definitely had the, family computer that was, if you needed to go and use the internet, there was the family computer to do it.
Well, most of dial-up, like you could only use if you weren't already actively using your phone line. So there's a lot of I mean, I know we did this definitely, like as kids when we were using the internet. It's like, get off the computer, I'm on the phone. Or get off the phone, I want to use the computer. That was growing up. No, growing up was mostly I would watch a show that I liked, and my mom, 3 rooms away, would go, "Will you turn that down? Please turn that down. It's too loud. I can't think." And then you turn it down, and she walks in the room where you're watching it, and she goes, "So today I talked to the." So today I talked to Lisa. Oh my God! Guess what?
I feel like that's a Texas mom thing. Though.
It really is.
Does your mom also?
She has no idea, like no connection with the fact, or she does, that I'm like watching a thing, like I'm invested in watching a thing, and I'm sure she knows. She's like, yeah, I don't care that you're watching the thing. I got something to say. I know you're watching TV, but I talked to Lisa today, and I got to tell you what she said.
Does your mom also, when she's like on the phone with somebody, does she like talk abnormally loud?
Oh, absolutely. She uses speakerphone on the phone, and this will be like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and she'll be on the phone on speakerphone, just going, "Oh my God!" And then I said,
"My mom's the same way." She
thinks that if it's on speakerphone, you got to talk louder into the phone. Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me? I'm sorry, I put you on speaker. And then hold it up here, and it's totally fine. You can talk just normal.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Can I put you on speaker for a second? All right, so anyway.
No, my mom will be shouting even if she's holding it to her ear.
I love my mom very much.
I love my mom, too.
Yes, that's why we laugh, and that's why we joke, is because we love those people. Now get off the toilet! So last episode we talked all about the news and things going on in the news, and thank you for those of you who shared our Instagram clip that almost got like 20,000 views. That was kind of cool, and it was from people sharing it. So thank you for doing that. And at the same in the same week, that same clip was taken off of TikTok. For violating community guidelines, and I asked them to review it, and
and did they get back to you?
They did get back to me.
And what did they say?
We found that you violated community guidelines.
Well, that's very clear.
Very clear. And I tried to find, like, I clicked a link for the community guidelines. It gave me every community guideline. So either we violated them all, or they just don't like to specify. And I think it's the latter. Anyway, last week we talked all about the news, and it was a good time, but this week, we'll talk about some stuff going into the news, but we want to get back to our roots, okay? Our roots are, am I the asshole? Okay, that's what the people want, and that's what the people demand. And so since we didn't do one last week, we had to do a great one this week. Now, I haven't really read this one, and I don't know if it's great or not. However, Am I the Asshole on Reddit put out their best of 2022, their top voted articles, and
the
this one was
compilation.
Absolutely. Oh, and I love a good asshole compilation.
Oh yeah.
I'll look up asshole compilation videos for hours.
we got asshole compilation on our coffee table.
That's my turlet reading. I got a book of asshole compilations. I sit on the turlet and I read it. And I play with my tallywhacker. Anyway, so this one was the most asshole. This one was the most.
The biggest asshole.
The biggest asshole.
The whitest asshole.
Whitest or widest?
Both. No.
The girthiest asshole. The deepest of assholes. So this asshole was the big kahuna, if you will.
Just a giant, dank chasm.
And maybe we'll be disappointed by it. Maybe we'll read it and go, this was the biggest asshole? I've seen some bigger assholes.
I've seen some big ones in my day.
I had a bigger asshole this morning after my oatmeal. It's fucking stupid. You think that's a big old asshole? You should see mine after I get my butt fucked. That's disappointing that came out of my mouth. That's really disappointing that I thought it and then said it after. That's so disappointing that I thought of that and then said, yeah, say it.
And it's like your wife just sat there and watched you do it and she didn't even say anything. She was just like, no, stop, don't.
No, don't say that. Well, I'm glad that you said that, because between my brain and my lips, there was no one saying, no, don't say that. I don't know why. I wish there was. I sure wish there had been. So this is the biggest asshole of 2022, apparently, according to Reddit. And that is, am I the asshole for making my girlfriend leave the country? Now, on face value, what's your opinion already? Making is the key word here. Not asking to my girlfriend to leave the country, making her leave the country. Now, I'm going to make a bunch of assumptions already, and we should probably just read it, but I'm assuming that person lives in America, was born and raised in America, and this person said, you're going to Kenya.
Oh, see, my assumption was this person lives in Romania. May or may not be part of a cam girl trafficking operation.
This is Andrew Tate sending one of his girls. She had to leave. Here's the thing: she had to leave. I can't really do his voice that well.
No, I don't know how you do
kind
that.
of does. I don't know.
He's got like 5 accents going on at once.
He does. It's very interesting. It's like certain little words. It's very hard to impersonate. There's got to be someone out there who can do them real well.
So easy on the ears. No, just kidding.
So sultry.
No, I find his voice difficult to listen to because it's so all over the place with his accent.
Definitely. Well, and you know what he's saying is, you know.
Well, that too. That too. I don't really care for the content.
I love when they bring him on, like after he got in trouble with everything, like for interviews. He was the same thing as who's the other person who Kanye. He was the same thing as Kanye West, who like got interviews like crazy after he said something wild, which is like Justin Roiland recently, like he sent some like texts that are kind of funny, and, you know, a little incriminating, but kind of funny. And like, he's not allowed on anything, but Kanye West literally goes on national television and goes, I hate the Jews and Hitler's right. And we go, get that guy on every show. Let's get that guy on every show. But Andrew Tate did another one kind of like that, where a bunch of people were like booking him after he got in trouble. Maybe that was after he got in trouble initially. His most recent one, he's in jail.
I think so. I haven't.
He hasn't been on any shows since they carted him off and arrested him.
Yeah, I don't keep up with Andrew Tate.
But every time he's on like an interview, he'll be like, I don't understand what I said wrong. I said if you marry a woman, she is your property. It's like, I don't understand why anyone would have a problem with what I said. I can beat my wife if I have a wife. If she married me, I can beat her. I don't understand where you're not or you're not following me here.
I don't understand. If you want to chop your wife up into a bunch of tiny pieces and put them in the refrigerator, she's your property.
If I marry a woman, I can sell that woman. If I marry a woman, I'm entitled to sell that woman. Am I not? Am I not? Anyway, he didn't say any of that. Chill out.
No.
Am I the asshole for making my girlfriend leave the country? This is my first time posting on Reddit, so forgive any errors or if the format is weird. I also can't give too many details as my girlfriend and a lot of close friends are avid Redditors. And what I've done is very illegal. Can't give too many details. I don't want the police to find this. I, 28 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 27 female, for 5 years. We met in college where she was an international student. She started working after graduating while I am currently doing a master's. Oh, so they're smart. They're smart. She was an international student, so that's something to take into. She's not a Native American. Neither of them could be Native American. You know what I was saying. She's not native to America. Anyway, her company was sponsoring her visa.
Well, wouldn't the plot twist be if
she's Native American? He's like, get out of this country.
Yeah. That would be an epic plot twist.
Her company was sponsoring her visa until they got bought out and she got laid off. She was given a limited time to find a new employer to sponsor and a new visa, and it really stressed her out. She was applying to jobs every day and did a lot of interviews, but unfortunately wasn't able to get an offer. She really wanted to stay since she loves the place, and I would still be here in the country. Ooh, I think I know where this one's going. So she wants to get married for a visa, and he says no. And this guy's the biggest asshole. Do we know if he's ugly or not? I'm sorry.
Well, that would weigh in. I would think that.
I mean, do we know if he's like not that into her? Well, let's figure out what happens.
I mean, what is her personality like? Because maybe she's like really like.
Was she a difficult woman?
Yeah. You never know. You never know.
Did she not let you sell her? Is that why you asked her to move? I do a terrible version of Andrew Tate.
Well, it's vaguely.
It's vaguely Andrew. He talks very clearly.
Yeah, it's very odd. It's a very odd accent. But
the closest I got was, "Is it not?" And even that is a little Jordan Peterson-y. Is it not? It's not entirely obvious to me.
Obvious.
Obvious. I'm gay, Jordan Peterson. It's not entirely obvious to me whether or not I want a cock in my ass. It got a little British there. It's not entirely obvious to me. I want to tame your dragon. While I was out with a buddy, he suggested that I sponsor her visa since we've been in a relationship for quite some time. I love her and I didn't want to see her so stressed out. I told her about the idea. She was hesitant at first. She said she didn't want me to think that she was with me so I could be her way to a permanent residence / citizenship to the country. I wanted her to stay and I wanted to do it. What? Okay, he wanted her to stay, and he wanted to be the one to help her.
I wanted her to stay.
I wanted her to stay, but mostly, I want to do it. I'm horny. That's how I took that originally, and I shouldn't have. He'd say, I wanted her to stay, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to be the one that made her stay and helped her stay.
I wanted her to get off the damn toilet.
Honey, stay here. I'll let you sit on that toilet again. I won't yell at you no more about sitting on that toilet. Honey, don't be like this. You could stay. I just want to do it. We consulted an immigration consultant and decided to do the paperwork on our own. She was the one who mostly looked into the stuff we needed to prepare. She still applied for jobs, but not as urgently as she used to. It took a while since we never really had anything joint. We lived together and we just split the bills on our own. She had saved up enough to be okay for a while. I had to fill out some paperwork to be her sponsor, and I felt uneasy about it. I did want her to stay, but it felt like it was too much. Eventually, she was done with her part, and all that was left was mine. I finally told her that I didn't want to go through with it. She was very upset, and she asked why. I told her I suggested the idea because I didn't want to see her stressed out all the time, and that I eventually realized that I shouldn't have to be responsible for her. Oh, we had a long talk where I told her that I still want to be in a relationship with her, but I just don't want to be forced to be responsible for her. She said she felt very hurt by what I said. Ooh, spicy.
Ooh.
So it wouldn't be. This would be very different if it was, her idea to get married or, to have him help her. And no, it was his idea. He's like, hey, I know you're stressed. What if, I help you get your visa?
Yeah, it's hard to get cold feet when you're dealing with immigration of another person.
Yeah, and she's put all of the work into it and all the paperwork and figured out what to do. And I bet that's a big pain in the ass. There's a bunch of stuff you probably have to go through for that.
This guy got overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I don't know, this is too much. This is too much.
Ah, shit, I actually just met a girl last night. Sorry. Ah, shit, I can't anymore. That sucks. He's like, ooh, sucks to be you. Ooh. Things changed, and she really didn't talk to me after. She kept applying for jobs and attending interviews, but eventually her visa expired. Before she left, I told her I love her and that I would really want her to come back. However, she told me that she sees me differently after the things I told her. It's been a few weeks since she left. I miss her cooking, her presence, and being able to spend time with her. I still want a future with her. However, our close friends have been telling me that I was an asshole. I disagree and think they're biased. So here I am asking what Reddit thinks. Am I the asshole?
I don't know if asshole is the word I would use. I would say, because this seems like a case of somebody getting cold feet.
Yeah.
And
but the thing is
feeling scared and not knowing what to do, and he panicked.
She's riding on him. She's hoping that he's the one that has the power in this situation. He's the one that has the ability to help her stay in the country. And then he's actively telling her I wish you didn't have to leave. I wish you could stay here and be with me. And she's like, I could do that. And he's like, I just wish you could.
Okay, well now when you use that tone of voice,
I know, but
it,
that's what's happening.
Now I'm like, yeah, the asshole is coming out a bit better. It's getting a little wider.
You're
getting a little stronger, a little bigger.
When I hear that come out of my own husband's mouth, I kind of hate it. Yeah, you're right. It does sound like an asshole coming from you.
Well, now that I just see things so clearly. All right. Yeah, okay. I mean,
wait. There's more. Okay? Maybe he's not the asshole. He says, I read through a lot of the comments, and everyone seems to think I'm the asshole here. I love when they come back to the post to defend themselves. I've been seeing what you're saying. I've read every single one of them. I'm really struggling to read all of these. They hurt my feelings, but let me defend myself here. To those asking what my responsibilities would be, I would have to be financially responsible for her for 3 years. If she gets any government assistance or social welfare, I would have to pay it back. I also can't sponsor anyone else until the 3 years have passed. And I want to sponsor at least 3 other ladies. No, also, I listed what I missed about her in no particular order. I listed that I missed her cooking first, but it doesn't mean I don't miss her. That's funny. Somebody points out that he misses her cooking first. They're like, oh, so you don't miss her, huh? You just miss the food that she made for you. There's just one comment in there that really got to him. Yeah, folks, if you're out there and you write things on the internet, you don't have to do this. You don't have to go back and defend yourself to comments. You could also not read the comments. I get that that's difficult, especially if you're trying to put things out there regularly and grow a fan base. You want to make sure that you're listening to the people that watch your thing, and I think that that's good. But if the things where they're attacking you and, telling you you're wrong about things, or the things that really stick in your craw and really get you like going and you want to run back to the keyboard and defend yourself, that is the worst urge.
Yeah.
Just put out what you're going to put out there. If you're happy with it, then let it be out there. Some people will hate it. Some people will like it. You don't have to take their word for it.
Yeah. Because chances are they're just a 12-year-old boy who got bored of Minecraft and went to the comment section of whatever thing you're on.
Definitely. But if you're putting things out there and you're making things, that what really matters is whether you like it. If you like it, then fuck what anyone says. Like if you're proud of what you put out, fuck what anyone says. Keep doing it. Try to get better at it. Don't just stay stagnant and say I'm good at this.
But to be fair, this is a post specifically asking for feedback on whether or not he's an asshole. So
this is asking specifically whether or not he's an asshole. But that doesn't mean that you have to go back and go like, so you guys made a decision and you told me what you think, but can I try to tilt your opinion a little farther away? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do that. Just put it out there.
Yeah.
He got the answer.
Yeah.
He just didn't get the answer he wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
To the people who said I'm probably an immigrant too, what does that have to do with anything? My parents moved to where we are now, so here I am. So that doesn't tell us, are you an immigrant or not? I need to know. Before I can decide if you're an asshole, I gotta know. You an immigrant? I can't decide. Is he an asshole or not? What color are you? Where are you from, boy?
Oh, so first all like first all those guys were up in the comments like, yeah, he kicked an immigrant out of the country. I kind of like this fella. And then they were like, wait, are you an immigrant too? Because that'll make me change my opinion.
Wait a minute, you ain't one of them too, are you? Wait a minute.
That's what happened.
I ain't about to get fooled again. I done been fooled already by too many immigrants. Get off the toilet! Get in here and talk to me about immigrants. Get off that toilet.
So I think this brought both the left and the right together.
It really did. It really did.
They both felt this guy's an asshole.
Yep. Half of them because they think he's an immigrant. Sure. Sure, half of them think he's an asshole because of where he's from. He says, I still stand by what I said. No one I know has to do anything like this. It just doesn't feel normal. I love this too. I still stand by what I said. It's like, then don't post it on Am I the Asshole? That you're okay with it, then you don't need to ask whether or not you're the asshole, right? If the urge to ask whether or not you're the asshole comes in, that means that there's probably something inside of you that knows that you are, right?
Yeah, read the next line.
It doesn't feel normal. I would want to eventually have a home with her, but I don't think anyone should have to be responsible for another person's decisions or their circumstances. It's just gaslighting if you convince someone that they should be. I'm sorry, but she could also argue, this girl that you sent to another country could argue that you're gaslighting by saying, I just don't want to be responsible for you and I have to be financially responsible for this period of time, as opposed to just saying like, because it seems like they work everything out. It seems like they split rent. It seems like they like that kind of stuff you can work out as a couple. You're gonna like, if you're gonna be together forever or if you're gonna get married, like you're gonna have to figure out finances and you are gonna be responsible for each other. That's kind of part of being in a relationship, is that you're responsible for each other.
Your team.
So it's absolutely. And so it's to say like, I just don't know if I want to be responsible for another person, but I do want her to live here with me. It's like, that means you want to be responsible for her.
Yeah, and I even think it's more so that he could have said all of this up front, but it was kind of the fact that he led her to believe that she had the dangled the carrot in front of her that there's a chance that you're going to get, everything sorted out, and then at the last minute he changed his mind, which is why I say it feels like a case of cold feet and this guy got way overwhelmed, but also he just doesn't know what he wants. It sounds like he's very confused. He needs to go and sit down and have like a good Good,
I'm sorry. You said dangle his carrot, and all I can think about is dangle his carrot.
Right, that's what he needs to do. He needs to go home and sit on the toilet, dangle his carrot.
Dangle his carrot in the water.
And reflect on life. Figure out what he wants.
Now, as a woman, you'll never know what it's like to sit down on a toilet and on a toilet that has like an exceptionally high water and your balls dip into the toilet water.
No, but one time
One time my labia came out of my panties. My long tongue of a labia.
It came out of my panties and it jumped on a lady in the mall. Bear on the ass.
One time at a public toilet, I sat down, my labia dropped down, picked a penny out of the toilet. I picked it up, I put it in my pocket. I said, find a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck.
One time my labias won the Montgomery mud wrestling competition. Came first place.
Well, I'll read the last sentence of this.
No, I was going to say,
no.
My labias haven't dangled in the water of the toilet, but I do know that when I was a kid, my brother occasionally would forget to put the toilet seat back down in like the middle of the night. I would get up and I've definitely not paid attention.
Fallen in like your body folds as you fall in?
No, not as cartoonish as that. Just like my bare ass hits the water and then I'm like, whoa!
Oh my goodness.
I don't think anybody cartoonishly folds like that.
I've seen some videos of some people stuck in some toilets. I'll tell you that
that's
now.
the other compilation book we have on our coffee table.
Let me tell you how often Marie gets stuck in that damn toilet. If you spend all day in there, you go get stuck in the toilet. But she don't get stuck in the toilet. You see her big old ass gets fused to that toilet because she spends fucking 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on that damn toilet. Sometimes it fuses. Sometimes I got to get in there with the scissors, cut her butt off the toilet.
But I have.
Sometimes I gotta get in there with the scissors, cut her shits up because they stop up the goddamn toilet.
Oh my god!
That's another one. I wish there was someone between the brain and the mouth that would just say, "Stop! Don't do that." Gay Jordan Peterson between my brain and mouth. It's not entirely obvious to me that you should keep talking. It's bloody wrong. Now fuck my ass.
Oh my god, that would make a really a funny cartoon where it's like a guy who every time like he's gonna do something that could be potentially bad, it's like instead of the devil and the angel popping up, it's Gay Jordan Peterson or Andrew Tate.
It's the evil and the good. You're not gonna want to bloody do that. The little Andrew Tate on your shoulder is like, you have to sell your wife. And the little Gay Jordan Peter's like, I don't bloody think that's a good idea. But I definitely bloody want to fuck that Andrew Tate angel over there. Because he's gay.
I'm glad you clarified.
That's why, in this joke.
Yeah, if one of you listening or watching YouTube here is a good animator, feel free to steal that idea.
Anyway, this asshole here on this article says, I don't know if anyone will see this edit since it's been a few days. I have updates, so I'll probably do a separate post about it when I have time. Okay, well, I don't know why I even read that. Well, yeah, a lot of people thought he was the asshole.
Yeah, he was voted the biggest one.
Yeah, he was voted the biggest one. That's right. Of 2020 now, or 2022. Now, really, the biggest asshole? Now we have to decide. We were talking about some big assholes.
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty bad
you're right about he just has cold feet. That's what this is.
But it's like the worst time to have cold feet.
Oh, yeah, after you already offered to do this for her?
Yeah.
And she's like...
if it involves, another person having to leave the country, that's...
Not just leave the country. Like, this person has a home. They have a boyfriend that they thought was going to be a husband. They thought that, they've made new friends. They're a student.
Given all of that, and then your tone when you, repeated it to me... gonna say yeah. This is up there. It's definitely like in the top 20.
You know, when I hear this in my husband's condescending tone, I kind of hate the guy.
Yeah, I'd say this is probably up there, and like, if there's like a list of like, you know, the top 20 assholes of the year, he's probably in there somewhere.
Anyway, well, that was the Am I the Asshole for the week, since we didn't have one last week. We spent a good amount of time on that one. But let's move forward here, because this is something that everybody's been talking about as well. I've seen this. I guess the show is in season 2 now.
You've seen the show?
Yeah, I've seen the show. I mean, I've seen like an episode of it. This is something that's been all over the internet for years now. Have you not seen this, girl?
No, I never heard of the show. Never knew of this person.
Well, yeah. So this is what is her name? Her name is Shauna Ray. She has a TLC series called I Am Shauna Ray. And I guess this guy who is 26 years old has recently begun dating her. She's a reality TV show star. Basically, she looks like a 6-year-old girl, but she is, like 23 years old? Yeah, she's a 23-year-old woman who looks like an 8-year-old girl is what they said.
Yeah.
I say 6, and I could tell.
Yeah.
Again. You probably shouldn't bloody say that. You can't fucking say that. Anyway, you can't say that about little girls, but you can say it about little boys if you want.
But she had like some like
she had like
cancer or something when she was a kid.
Some kind of surgery, and
then that caused her to like her growth to stop.
That's correct. That's correct. So anyway, a lot of people are pushing back at the guy dating her, saying he's like creepy for dating someone who looks like an 8-year-old.
Yeah. This is the Am I the Creep?
Am I the Creep? Yeah. Instead of Am I the Asshole? So let's watch this. I guess this is the trailer for the second season of the show. I hope it gets into this guy in there a little bit.
Because if you're like me and you had never heard of it, this will give you like a good idea
of what the show is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I hope it like has the guy in it. If this is the guy, I'm like, holy moly. Anyway.
This season on I Am Shauna Ray. I want to go for that one. What are you doing? I'm Shauna Ray. It's my house, my rules. Gotta go slow. I'm just like any other 22-year-old. What? How is she 22? But there's one tiny difference.
You're 21, right?
I look like an 8-year-old child.
She talks like an 8-year-old child, too.
The voice.
She has a voice that's kind of like your voice.
I mean, when I hear myself in recordings, that's what I think I sound like.
You know, this guy, they're calling this guy a creep for dating a girl, that looks younger than she is. And I just, as a man who's married a woman who looks younger than she is, this woman is older than me. Yet you do look young.
Yeah. Well, I'm also very short too.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, us compare like when we when we stand next to each other, it's insane.
It's harder to tell.
It's hard to get a good picture of us because you're so far down, and I'm so. They don't make iPhones tall enough to store the image of you and I. But
I'm 4'10" on like when it's a good day. I'm 4'10".
Yes. And we're both in our 30s, and you're not an 8-year-old child. You're not 13 like you look, or 16 like you look, or 8 like you look. You are a grown woman. And so I want to say to this guy, I don't think it's that creepy because the girl is the age that she is. Now, here's the thing. When this girl started to decided that she wanted to date men, and she looks like an 8-year-old girl, and as soon as she like opened a dating app, the fact that she looks like an 8-year-old girl probably helped bring every pervert in the city to liking her, definitely swiping right immediately.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I never did online dating.
Yeah.
I refused to do it because I was like,
I don't trust you because you swiped right on a picture of a girl that looks really young.
Right. Yeah. Because those things first are about like the physical attraction. You see the picture and you like it.
Yeah.
And then you read the bio and go from there.
Yeah.
And I feel like if someone were to do that just off my face, I would be suspicious immediately because I feel like I look, 15, 16.
Well, I mean, I guess when I approached you, I was playing a dangerous game because I was just like, "Hey, little girl, I like your bracelets."
Yeah, and
I did not say that. I said I like your bracelets, but I didn't say little girl.
but he was standing in front of an unmarked white van.
I did ask her if she wanted candy, and she did get in the van.
Yeah, he told me he had like this puppy inside that needed help. And the rest is history.
And now you are my property. And now I will sell you.
And now she's stuck on the damn turlet.
So I just want to send some love out to the guy that's dating this girl. It's okay, dude. You're not a creep, and I'm not a creep either.
I'm just gonna
You're normal, and I'm totally normal too, dude.
I'm just going to say my opinion of whether this dude is a creep or not fully depends on how they met.
Yeah. And so this is what the girl looks like now?
Yeah. This
is who he's dating?
This was her Tinder profile pic.
She like opened a dating app and there's like already 100 fucking sex offenders on her front lawn knocking on the door.
Oh my God, you think when they Google like how many sex offenders are located
near
you,
her? Yeah.
It's just like they're at her house.
It's the red wave. It's the red wave they were talking about in the midterm elections.
That's it.
The red wave is the wave of pedophiles that cropped up around this Shauna Ray's house when she started dating.
Yeah, I say
The red wave is coming, baby. This is the year, the red wave. The red being the little dots on the map that are registered sex offenders living near Shauna Ray. Who want a piece of that ass. Who want to dangle their carrot right in front of Shauna Ray.
It's the one time Chris Hansen has truly been stumped. He's just like, I don't know what to do.
I can't have them all take a seat. Can you all take a seat? All right, let's keep watching.
I was born with brain cancer and then went through rounds of chemo, and because my pituitary gland was affected, I got stuck at 3 foot 10 inches. I still can't see the road.
We used a little booster.
Today I am taking my first driving lesson. We're gonna go into traffic.
Go straight.
I don't want to go out into traffic because I don't want to die.
Stop.
This is my lived experience. This girl is me.
Yeah, this is 100%.
I also sit on like.
Did we just pause as they were about to get hit by another car? I might have been seeing things, but I'm pretty sure that if we just paused and there's another car speeding towards theirs, this show's about to get real interesting.
That's the cliffhanger.
That's the guy that she meets, the guy that rams into the car.
He's like, I thought I hit an infant driving a car, but she was hot.
I thought I broke a 8-year-old girl's arms and legs in this car accident, but turns out she was 28. Score.
But I hate driving.
Yeah.
You don't want
Afraid
me
to die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And when I did drive.
Yeah.
Because currently neither of us have cars because we live in a city where public transportation is really easy.
Yeah. We live in Toronto.
Yeah. But when I did drive, I also sat on not as big a booster as her, but I had a thick pillow booster that would prop me up so I could see a bit better over the steering wheel.
I did not know that, and I wouldn't have married you if I did. You drove with a booster seat, you fool. That's retarded. I'm divorcing you. I'm filing for divorce. Sir, she drove with a booster seat. I gotta get out of this. Hey, you want that visa? I can't get you that visa anymore. Sorry.
That was really his reasoning.
I saw her sitting in a booster seat behind the wheel. Here, let's watch a little more.
Today I'm video chatting with a man named Dan that I've been connecting with lately.
Oh, this is it.
Hi. Dan is an entrepreneur from Wales.
I'm actually going to be in the US very soon.
Of course they met online. Of course 110% they met online.
Oh, see now my opinion is changing.
Yeah.
You met online?
Yeah. That just throws up all the red flags for me. I don't know. I know a lot of people meet online. I know that that's how a lot of dating works. my whole thing, and I've done online dating. It never worked for a reason. The reason is that the people who are on dating apps have to be on dating apps because they can't date. So they gotta be where everybody else who can't date is, and then that's where their pool is, right? It's people who just cannot in the real world, or it's for hot people to fuck. That's like the two things: hot people for fucking, but they don't build relationships on that thing. They just meet each other and fuck, or people who like just can't date.
Yeah.
they need, at least in my experience of the girls that I met on dating apps, I was like, yeah, I can't see you having a successful relationship. One girl, and I've told this on the podcast before. I don't know. This is the craziest story. We met at a hookah lounge. We didn't meet there. We met online on like a dating app, and then that was the first date was a hookah lounge.
Yeah.
And this girl was telling me about how big of a feminist she was, and this was like pre-2016, so I like hadn't heard a lot of this stuff before.
So she was an OG.
I mean, I've heard of feminists, but the like really super woke stuff. Yeah. She goes, you know how many women get raped all the time? Like she was throwing around that.
Ooh, good first date opener.
First date. Oh yeah. I was like, where do you work? And she goes, do you know how many women get raped?
What would she have done if you had the exact statistic? Just locked and loaded.
I was like, well, 1 in 4 gets thrown around a lot, but that's actually a faulty study because they asked women. That's true. But she was throwing around the 1 in 4 statistic that all girls throw around. 1 in 4 women are raped or at least had consensual sex. That's always because the study is like, or had like rape was constituted as like had consensual sex that you later regretted as well. And so like every woman is like, oh yeah, I did that. Like everyone has sex that I've had sex that I regret, but I consented at the time. That's not rape.
Yeah.
Anyway, this girl goes, women are raped constantly by men, and so that's why I give them payback. And she told me the story about a guy that she met online on Tinder that she, quote, her words not mine, raped with the handle of a knife.
Oh my God.
With the handle too. I'm like, use the blade, bitch. Why would you say that? That's not an appropriate thing to... it's not entirely obvious that you should have said that on a podcast.
I'm like...
And so my first thought is like, oh, well, I'm also a guy on a date that met you online. Like, what are you going to do to me? I left quick. That was one of those, I'm going to go to the restroom, and I left.
You went out the window?
Oh, yeah. I was like, fuck this.
Did you, like, report her? Is she on, like, a watch list now?
I don't believe she did it. I don't believe she actually did that. I think she was trying to be edgy and stupid. And she messaged me all the time after that. All the time. And I would ignore them. She'd go, I'd really like to hang out. I had a really good time. I think she thought it was cool. I reported her. She's in jail. I did report her account, too. I was like,
you sent her to another country.
This is very fucked up. I gave her to Andrew Tate. I called up my buddy. I said, Mr. Tate, I got one for you. And he goes, can I sell her?
If you
I was like, honestly, Mr. Tate, you're not going to make a lot of money with this one. You could try to sell her. You're not going to get you're not going to get much.
Maybe keep her on the discount rack.
Ooh, yeah. You might have to sell her with some warnings. Might want to set up like a refund system.
That's wild. That is wild.
That was my very first time meeting somebody who was like super woke. And that was, had to have been 2014 or 2015. So it was,
well, that's like right.
That was when it started showing up in colleges and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it hadn't peaked, but that was definitely like the wave was building.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and then she asked me before I left, she goes, do you think you could buy me cigarettes? I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
You didn't just look at her and be like, you're a feminist, bitch. Buy your own cigarettes.
No, it was because she wasn't old enough to buy cigarettes. And I did not know that.
Oh.
I mean, she's still of legal age. You could be of legal age and not be old enough to buy cigarettes.
Oh.
Why would you say that? Gay Jordan Peterson is like, please stop. You don't want to be saying these things. Anyway, all right, let's hear about this guy that she met online, Shauna Ray.
What's his angle?
They could pretend to be anybody.
Exactly.
Oh, her parents are us.
My matchmaker contacted me about a guy who had pituitary dwarfism, so she thought it could be a potentially good match.
Hi.
I'm a little nervous.
We are watching this show as soon as we get home tonight. This is my new favorite show. Did they just have a mini cop walk in?
But is this the one she met online? I thought.
No. She said that her friends met another person who had whatever she has.
And she was like, even I don't want to be.
Holy shit. That guy's a cop. Imagine that cop going,
No, I think
stop.
I think he was a firefighter.
Oh, really?
Potentially good match.
Hi.
Maybe
He's a firefighter
he's
or
a
a cop?
firefighter. If he's a firefighter, still funny.
I just saw
if
the
he's a cop.
I just saw
funnier.
the on the door. There's
Oh,
like
that's
a
fire
hat.
department. That's fire department.
Yeah.
You're right. He's a firefighter. He's a
Yeah.
firefighter. And God bless our firefighters, and they're brave. And I'm more than thankful for the service that he puts in for the people in his community.
Yeah, but you know they just
Separate from that. Separate from that. Haha. He's so little. He's a hero and he supports his community.
He is a hero.
Also, ha ha ha, look how little.
Well, they let him sit in the
He
front.
waddled it in the room like a penguin, Lauren.
I saw.
We're supposed to not laugh at this stuff. Here's the other thing. TLC puts all these shows out, and they're like inspiring music, and people watch it, and they're like, I want to be like him, or, oh, look how brave he is to be on TV. The people recording these shows and putting them out, they're not putting them out because these are your average people to inspire you.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting it out because they know that you're going to look at this guy waddle in the room like a penguin, and you're going to go... And you at home shouldn't feel bad about that. It's okay. He might watch himself waddle in the room like a penguin and go, I look funny. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that he definitely is the guy that they let sit in the front of the truck and ring the bell and hold the Dalmatian. Like, that's his role.
When he flies on planes, he gets invited to the front to meet the pilot, see how they fly it. And he's like, I'm like 44. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Go sit back down.
Poor guy. But
Anyway, let's wait.
That'd be really cool, though.
He's probably very cool.
I mean, he is a fireman.
Yeah.
So that's already, like, cool points.
Absolutely.
I'm a little nervous to meet someone who's gone through something very similar to me, and I'm interested to see the similarities and the differences. I've had kids hit on me.
Yeah, I never experienced that.
Aww.
Poor guy.
Everything I said making fun of that guy, I absolutely take back. I never said it on this podcast. You can't prove that I said it on the podcast unless you rewind the video.
Well, I'll say this. We'll invite that guy to be a guest on the podcast.
If that guy would like to be a guest on the podcast at any time, he is more than welcome on. And we can talk about all kinds of things. And that's my word on it. At that time, hey, I think that the little Jordan Peterson in my head is working.
Yeah.
That time, there was
Yeah,
something.
they came through.
Came through. I stopped before I spoke. You're rooting it. Stop.
Right now, we actually have an empty nest.
You think they're ready, though?
When a bird gets kicked out of the nest, is it ready? Sometimes they...
You just yelled at me.
Because you were trying to use 2 bathrooms at the same time like a psychopath.
Shauna needs to live by herself.
I do think you should really look into applying to college.
Going to school and moving out all at once is a lot.
I'm trying to get you to start thinking about your future.
her, maybe.
She's like, future? I'm a TLC star. I get everything I want.
I'm a TLC star, and she probably makes TikTok videos that go viral instantly.
Oh, 100% for sure.
This girl don't need college.
Is this her leaving to go meet the boy? I gotta
To
know.
the city.
Maybe
That's
not.
a little scary.
Mentally, emotionally, I definitely think I'm ready to live on my own, but I do feel overwhelmed, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go.
I just moved to New York City, and I've only been kidnapped 8 times.
Well, it seems like she definitely wasn't interested in the firefighter dude.
Yeah, but it's the other guy, the entrepreneur or whatever, that I think she's dating. See, here's some photos with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want that short guy. Give me the guy with the abs.
Yeah.
Give me the tall,
And they met.
handsome-looking one.
And they met online.
They met online.
Ugh.
And does this guy not look like he's like, I don't know, like posing in pictures with his little sister?
But you know what?
Even you and I don't look like this in photos. Like you and I, like at least look a little more similar in age to these.
Yeah.
I mean, this photo, I look a lot like this. But what I'm saying is,
yeah,
and you know, to be fair, this does kind of look like you two, actually. You know what? This photo right here does look like you and I, but this one, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one, though, looks a lot like me. That's what I look like.
Washboard.
Here they are in science class, middle school science class. They got sushi. That's nice. It's very important to remember that Shauna is an incredible 23-year-old woman who has a disability, he explained. So as you're building a connection with her, it's important to acknowledge her disability and look past that and build it with who she is as an individual.
There's also something a little weird about that.
Of course, they had to get this photo here where he's in the foreground and she's in the background. They're like, hey, can we get her looking as small as possible and you looking as big as possible, please?
Yeah. Look, I'll say this.
Now, does this mean they have sex?
I mean, probably. She's 23.
He's going to break her.
I mean, yeah.
They have sex, and the whole time she's going,
well, we don't know.
Awful.
We don't know.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
We don't know.
What are some of the noises she could be making?
She? Ooh!
Ooh, so tasty!
Ooh! No, look.
Those are Lauren's real sex noises.
Yeah. Okay.
It sounds like Lucille Ball trying the Vitamita Vegemin. Ooh, it tastes so good too. Tastes like candy.
Yes, like candy. Ooh. No, but I was saying, I definitely get some creepy vibes from this guy. But if I have to choose whether he's with her or with an actual child, you know what? He's found the cop out. Mm-hmm. He's found the solution for his affliction.
Absolutely. Are you saying that this guy has found all the answers?
He's reporting back to the boys.
Yeah. He posts in these pictures like, boys, I got it figured out. What is her disability called? What is
she had
it? Was in
cancer.
here.
She had cancer.
I know, but it had a very specific name too that well, I don't know. Anyway. Well, we're getting pretty late here actually. Let's do a quick plug and then wrap it up with a final Am I the Asshole?
All right.
Cool. So, folks, this is Working Crass Podcast, and thank you very, very much for listening to it. We are trying to grow and become a bigger podcast
Yes.
and turn this into something that we can do even more regularly for you folks. So the only way to do that is to support us by subscribing to the YouTube channel. So please take a quick moment to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment, even if it's mean, even if it's nice. Just say something. It helps the algorithm push our video out there. And go ahead and like the video as well. But if you like what you see and you're a fan of Working Crass Podcast, boy, do we have a special treat for you. We have been doing this show for a year now. On February 10th, we will be doing a live stream episode of Working Crass Podcast. Ooh.
That's what you'll be saying when you watch the live stream.
You can actually talk to us in real time as we're doing an episode. So it'll be a great blast. That is on February 10th. It is at 8 o'clock Central Time. That's 9 o'clock New York time and 6 o'clock California time. So no matter where you are in the world, it will be playing at a time. And we'll be live streaming to you. So check that out. We're really excited about it. And hopefully we can get some people in there.
Yeah, get all you crass wipes in the comments.
All you crass wipes, if you're a fan of this show, we want those crass wipes at the live stream. So if you can, we'll see you there. Awesome. So let's finish this out with, am I the asshole for how I responded when my fiance's sister commented on my flat chest? Now, first thing right here, I really love the, it's not flat chest. You know, it's not two words. It's a flatchest. It's a flat chest. It's a flat chest.
My flatchest.
Am I the asshole for how I responded when my fiance's sister commented on my flat chest? To get this out of the way, I'm a flat-chested girl. I suffered from health issues and growth problems, so I'm small, but I'm proud of myself. This is the girl. This is, what's her face?
This is Shauna.
This is Shauna Ray.
Yeah.
My new hunky boyfriend doesn't like my flat chest.
So I'm a 23-year-old girl who looks like she's 8, so I'm very flat-chested.
I'm also congested. My fiance and I went over to his parents' house for his niece's birthday. I wore a sweetheart-shaped dress, and my Sil, Mel, who I don't know what that is. Maybe
sister-in-law.
Oh, sister-in-law, who always comments on my chest, saw the dress and went like, "This dress needs boobs. You ain't got any." I ignored her, but then at dinner she asked if I was planning on getting a plastic surgery before the wedding so that I don't ruin the wedding photos. I found this offensive, especially when others were watching. I said nothing, but when we were sitting in the living room later, Mel suddenly started wiping her nose and trying to clear it. It's stuffed due to cold, apparently. She has a large nose, so I smiled and asked, "Do you need help with that? I could get the plunger for you." She was... All right, I'm going to stop there for a second. That's the way you handle that. That's the best way to handle that, okay? You could have, this is what could have happened. She could have made fun of you for being flat-chested, and you go home and you cry and you feel resentful against that person, or you can joke about something about them. That's how you handle it, is you learn to be funny. That's great. Oh, do you need help with that? Could I get the plunger for you because she has a big nose? Oh, nah. I think I want to marry this flat-chested lady.
I'm just going to be honest. I feel a little skeptical that this happened. I feel like this whole scenario is like an imagined reality of what I would have done.
You're right. To be honest, anytime I read a story that's like, and then I had the best comeback ever. I said this, and everyone went, "Whoa, that's funny." We read something at one point. It was like, and everyone laughed and thought it was so funny. I'm like, did they? She was stunned, and the room got awkward after her husband was laughing. She was fuming and told my fiance that I stepped out of line and ruined her daughter's birthday with my words that humiliated her. What? My fiance, she shit on your flat chest. I mean, she didn't shit on your flat chest. She was verbally shitting on your flat chest. My fiance said I shouldn't have caused a scene after his parents told us to leave. I explained how her comments made me feel, but she said it was out of concern, but my comment was out of hate. Oh, her comment was out of concern. I hope you don't ruin your wedding your wedding dress by having such small ass titties. I'm just concerned about you. I don't want you to ruin your dress with your tiny titties. I just don't want you to have a bad wedding because you have itty bitty titty committee. Anyway. You shouldn't have said that one. It didn't even make sense. She's not a committee. She's a wife. She's a bride at a wedding. A bloody bride. I'm gay. My Jordan Peterson's becoming real bad now. It's not making any. I'm gay. He's a gay ghost now. Boo. Where are you women getting these men that wouldn't stand up for you against their family bullying? You might want to consider the relationship. To be fair, if you were bullied at a family event and the joke was funny, I'd go, I'd even point at you and go, yeah. Yeah, she is Jewish, isn't she? That's funny.
But to be fair, I'd probably be laughing too.
Absolutely. You usually are. That's just the way I prefer families to communicate with each other, is through mockery and laughter.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think I'm that great. So if somebody says something like that, I'm probably just going to be like, you're probably right.
All right. All right. Okay.
Whatever.
Sure. Oh, man.
I mean, I was the loser who sat on a booster seat to drive. Just kidding.
Quit reminding me of that. I gotta look up how to get a divorce.
No, if you're out there and you're using a booster seat to drive, just know you're not alone.
Just
I
know
love
you're not lovable.
I love you.
If you're out there using a booster seat to drive, you don't deserve love.
I'm glad you're able to see the road.
Well, cool. I thought this was going to be more interesting on this story, but I'm kind of with you where I kind of don't believe some of this.
Yeah,
it's a little.
I feel like it's an imagined scenario.
Yeah.
But if I have to put my skepticism aside, no, you're not the asshole. Your sister-in-law was clearly the asshole, and you're allowed to, get a good comeback in there.
Yeah.
And that's that on that.
And that's that on that. What'd you learn today, Lauren?
I learned that I should have been a TLC reality star.
Episode 1, I walk up to you. I like your bracelets, little girl. Get in the van. I won't hurt you. Don't tell your mom and dad that I took you in this van or I'll kill you. Oh, man.
Then they introduced me to the world's teeniest Navy SEAL.
I learned that I learned how to put a little filter between the things that I think in my head and then the way that they come out of my mouth. And it's something I've always struggled with. But I think having a little gay Jordan Peterson in my face that sits in there and goes, no, you shouldn't say that. It helps. He goes, boo! It just helps me to stop certain things. Now, did it help in this podcast? No. Will it maybe help? It helped like once. Maybe in the next podcast, it'll help twice. And maybe 100 podcasts in the future. I just won't be saying anything at all because the gay Jordan Peterson will have his dick so far in my mouth that I won't even be able to speak. Try saying something now with my cock in your mouth.
I'll show you the biggest asshole.
It's not entirely obvious to me that we've seen the biggest asshole so far.
I think it could get a little bigger.
I think if you set your mind to it, if you clean your room, you could have a bigger asshole. All right, folks. Goodbye.
Goodbye.